they'll think I'm an idiot.
Please, it's family. They know you're an idiot.
Rose, hand me that newspaper.
No, you're gonna hit me with it.
No, I won't.
You promise?
I promise. Could I see the rule book? Thank you.
Don't you tell me to shut up.
Shut up, Rose.
Oh, shut up, Rose. Shut up, Rose.
Shut up, Rose.
Shut up, Rose.
Shut up, Rose.
Shut up, Rose.
Most people watch Rose Nylund and think she's just the sweet, clueless one. But once you start paying attention, you realize Betty White was doing something way more impressive than it looked. And honestly, it all starts with those famous St. Olaf stories.
It's like something that happened back in St. Olaf.
Oh, Rose, stop. Rose, why is it when any one of us makes an observation, the first thing we hear from you is back in St. Olaf? Did it ever occur to you that we might be sick and tired of hearing back in St. Olaf, back in St. Olaf, back in St. Olaf?
Gee, no, I never realized. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Back in that town whose name you're tired of.
And here's the part I think most people miss. It wasn't the stories themselves that made them funny. You could hand those exact same lines to another actor, and they probably wouldn't land the same way. Betty had this tiny little secret that made every single one work.
And out back.
Oh, he didn't like it there. It was too confining. Oh, baby's a free spirit, a wanderer, a rebel. You know, in a lot of ways, he reminds me of Jimmy Dean.
Once you notice that smile, you can't stop seeing it. But the smile was only one piece of the puzzle. The way Rose completely missed the point of every conversation, that might have been even harder to pull off.
And from that day to this, Turkey Lurkey, Goosey Lucy, and Henny Penny were never seen.
Children, kids, it's up to you. I mean, if you want to save us and not have us eaten by Foxy Loxy, applaud. I mean it. I mean, clap now if you want to see the goose and the chicken and the turkey live. Come on, put your little hands together. Save us and you won't have bad dreams. Clap, you miserable.
And that's the thing about Rose. She wasn't funny because she didn't understand what was happening. She was funny because Betty White understood exactly what was happening, which makes what happened before the show even started a whole lot more interesting.
And so I was thrilled at Blanche. I thought that was wonderful. And then all of a sudden somebody said, well, no, it was Jay Sandrich in his genius. He said, if Betty plays another, Man Hungry, they're going to think it's Sue Ann revisited. So let's make her Rose. Well, I didn't know who Rose was. And then they went out and got a real neighborhood nymphomaniac to play Blanche. But Susan said, well, Rose is somebody I like a lot. She's kind of a character that I really love. And Jay...
Now here's where everything starts to make sense. To understand why Rose gave such a brilliant performance, you have to look at the character Betty was famous for before the Golden Girls, because the difference between those two roles is honestly unbelievable.
I got a call one day, could I do the next week's Mary Tyler Moore show? I called Mary right after they called me. I said, guess who's doing your show next week? She said, I said, me. She said, oh, no, I don't have any input in the show. I don't say anything, but I can veto that. That's the way we go.
Well, gee, that's great. Thank you, Sue Ann. I better get my wrap. That nice man said he'd be bringing the car around any minute now. Wasn't that sweet of him to say he'd take me home? I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to talk more, dear.
And this is where people usually get surprised. Everyone remembers Betty White as America's sweetheart, but Sue Ann was pretty much the exact opposite.
Oh, listen, Mary. Lots of times, men are used to gesturing with their hands. They put their hands on someone's shoulders, and, well, people with provincial principles tend to misinterpret.
Sue Ann, he grabbed me with both arms.
Well, you offered him a drink. Perhaps he was just saying thank you.
He kissed me.
Thank you very much.
See what I mean? Sue Ann wasn't just a little mischievous. She was bold, fearless, and usually the one making everyone else uncomfortable. And nothing shows that side of her better than the running joke that lasted for years. funny thing is, audiences couldn't get enough of her. A character who was only supposed to show up once ended up sticking around for years, and there's a really good reason why that happened. But before we get into that, if you're enjoying this deep dive into Betty White's career, make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Oh, come on.
I tell you, when you hear that list read, Julie and Nancy and Loretta and Georgia, I really am so proud to be in that company, and I am so grateful to each and every one of those evil, adorable, wonderful, nasty people.
By this point, Betty had already proved she could play almost any kind of character, but what she did with Rose was different. It wasn't about getting the biggest laugh anymore. It was about making people believe Rose was real.
Did you get along with everyone on the Golden Girls? I mean,
Oh, yes.
You did?
Oh, yes. B was not that fond of me, but
Yeah,
I
why
loved...
no? I've heard that.
I don't know.
What is
I don't
that
know what
about?
I ever did. I don't know, but she was not that thrilled with me. But I loved B, and I admired her, and I can't believe I'm the only one left, because I
Yeah.
was the oldest. It's so silly.
Well,
That's something a lot of people never notice. Everyone talks about Dorothy's hilarious comebacks, but those jokes only work because Betty gave B. Arthur the perfect setup every single time. They were basically playing two halves of the same joke.
Protection? What kind of protection?
2 armed Pinkerton guards. No, Blanche is talking about,
A Nestle's Crunch?
that is a happy woman in there. Now, I want you to promise that you will not say anything. Do you promise? Do you promise? Are you sure?
But what's got me so sad?
And once you've spent years believing Rose is the sweetest person in the room, Betty has a secret weapon she can pull out whenever she wants. She only used it once in a while, but when she did, you felt it immediately.
Rose, honey, there's something I have to say to you. It's just 2 little words, but they are the hardest 2 little words in all the whole world for me to say.
Not tonight?
And that didn't stop when the Golden Girls ended. She kept doing the exact same thing with a whole new generation of co-stars.
Hi, Betty. How are you?
Brian,
Ryan. My name is Ryan.
get me a cup of coffee.
No, my name's Ryan. We've been working together for weeks. Months, actually. Months now.
Dan, you've been a terrible assistant that whole time.
It's because I'm not an assistant, Betty. I play an assistant in the movie, and I'm an actor in real life, and you should know
When
that.
Betty White says she wants a cup of coffee, you get her a cup of coffee. You ab-crunching jackass.
And here's what makes Betty White so fascinating. She didn't stop using that same formula after the proposal. She just kept finding new characters where she could hide the funniest jokes behind the sweetest smile you've ever seen.
Now, all over show business, Victoria Chase is known as a difficult actress.
To watch?
Far out vanilla. Oh my God, look at this. Best before 1986.
So were you.
Uh-huh.
Oh, this date has to go perfectly so I can live out my high school fantasy.
Not graduating in a maternity dress?
What's Irish and stays outside? Patty O'Furniture. Oh, that stupid cricket. How come it only chirps when I tell a joke?
Something's got to fill the dead air.
No.
But here's the thing, that timing didn't just magically appear one day. Betty had been practicing this for decades before the Golden Girls, before the proposal, and before Hot in Cleveland. If you really want to know where it all came from, you have to go back to the beginning.
I understand. Moi is what she said.
Mwah.
Cal.
And after all those years of quietly perfecting that style, Betty got one more chance to prove it on the biggest comedy stage in America. The crazy part? She was 88 years old, and she still made it look easy.
You know, I'm not new to live TV. In 1952, I starred in a my first live sitcom, which was Life of Elizabeth. And of course, back then, we didn't want to do it live. We just didn't know how to tape things. So I don't know what this show's excuse is. You know, I have so many people to thank for being here, but I really have to thank Facebook. When I first heard about the campaign to get me to host Saturday Night Live, I didn't know what Facebook was. And now that I do know what it is, I have to say, it sounds like a huge waste of time.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into the actors, shows, and behind-the-scenes stories that made television history. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.